I'm Jason, I'm a Wolfwatch UK volunteer who's been part of this organisation for the last 10 years, helping to rescue, care for and provide a sanctuary for misplaced wolves.
My name's Tony Hayway and I'm the founder of Wolfwatch, which I started some 35 years ago. It started as a result of a visit to a zoo in South Warwickshire. We visited the zoo some 2 days after it had been closed down and discovered that many of the animals were being euthanized and some had been sold to a fur company. We got into conversation with the zookeeper and eventually we agreed to take the 2 wolves that they had there, and after finding that we couldn't home them in other zoos, the great realization came about that we'd got these wolves for good and that we were going to have to make homes for them. The other realization that came about was that I didn't know a great deal about wolves, so I eventually went over to the States and found things called wolf parks there, and that's where I learned how they were managed and brought the idea back home that I would start Wolfwatch UK, which would be essentially a rescue and educational centre regarding wolves. And we wrote to the zoos in the country and said, if you have a situation where you have dominance fights or excess breeding or closures, if we're able, we would take them as opposed to you putting them down. Over the period of 35 years, we've had a similar amount of wolves brought to us, and in particular 2 wolves stick in my memory, and the Maddie and Cozy, who I was able to hand rear from a very young age. They became very socialised towards me in particular, but people in general, and that was a marvellous privileged experience. 2 other wolves that spring to mind are Callow and Tilly. Callow was much older than Tilly, and she immediately took on the role of a surrogate mother, and the emotional experience of seeing them interact together was quite incredible.
Wolfwatch UK is a not-for-profit, members-only organisation. We have some of the biggest wolf enclosures in Europe, and our members can come and visit our centre to see wolves interact in the natural environment across all of our different sites. We also have a digital package that allows members to really immerse themselves in Wolfwatch UK content, such as videos, photos and film libraries. But we don't want to stop there. We know we can do more. And at Wolfwatch UK, we want to invite different entities to come and visit the centre and see wolves interacting with their natural environment. so schools, colleges, universities come and learn and be inspired about the delicate balance of nature and how it is really important to conserve it all.
Hi, my name is Laura Culpin and I'm one of the lecturers at Herefordshire and Ludlow College. We've been coming to Wolfwatch UK for about 7 or 8 years, and every year it's just absolutely tremendous and we're blown away, as are the students. It really ties into a lot of their modules, and what the students will be doing when they come here are doing observations, which obviously ties into their behaviour and communication modules. We look at the feeding, which ties into feeding and nutrition. They'll also have the opportunity to do some pond dipping, so we can look at the biodiversity here, and those skills that they do practically they can obviously take on into higher education or onto careers. We've had students that want to actually go and see the wolves in the wild. We've had students that want to go to Yellowstone and see how their setup differs as well. So it is just something that snowballs. People that are interested in wolves, interested in ecology and conservation, this really does give them that thirst to carry on exploring those avenues. Those unique experiences, if they do get to hand feed a wolf, will obviously stay with them forever.
Over the years, we've become mindful of the need to make Wolfwatch sustainable into the future without having an excessive amount of feet through the door, which would ruin what we're trying to preserve. So one of the ideas I came up with was a short-term holiday lodge with an educational facility. The lodge is sited at the highest point of the centre and overlooks the wolf and deer enclosures, and also gives a wonderful panoramic view up and down the valley. This, we hope, will give an added attraction to visitors here, and also encourage students from universities and colleges to use the facility.
My name's Will Onions. I'm Managing Director of Seven Oak Timber Frames in Shropshire. What we're building here is a small dwelling that will be used as a viewing platform to overlook some of the wolf enclosures. The construction method's mortise and tenon with pegs through the joints, which is a 17th century technique really. So it's all, although it's mechanised to some extent, it's still all hand finished. To take it to its completion, I suppose we've got to obviously get the rest of the oak frame up, get the softwood frame up. There's lots of layers of the building to go on, but the sort of beautification of the building, I suppose, is it's going to be clad in Douglas fir, which is the same species of tree that surrounds us. There's going to be a glazed balcony to the deck, a glazed balustrade to the deck, and there's a big glazed screen on the front, so it'll have a sort of very dynamic feel when it's finished.